So, what's next for the Hawks? Because they just lost to the Heat in a play-in, where they pretty much had one of the best games of the season. Onyeka Okongwu, 28 points, 12 rebounds. Trey, 29, 11 assists. Niang, 20 points. Caris LeVert, 15. Dyson Daniels, a double-double. And they lost by 9 points. And I know that the game was competitive until that last minute of OT, but this game showed me a lot about this team. First off, if I'm the Hawks GM, Niang and Caris LeVert are getting traded by tomorrow. Dyson Daniels, definitely a keeper. Onyeka Okongwu will be a great power forward, or a great backup center. I mean, he's shown us that he has that 3 ball. And you know what? His defense actually isn't that bad for a 6'8 center. I'm pretty high on Okongwu being a backup starter for the Hawks. But let's talk about the Hawks defense real quick. When you're leaving the Heat wide open on almost every possession in the fourth quarter, they were bound to be up. And you look at overtime, it's almost like Davion Mitchell was getting spot up threes the whole time. 9 points in overtime, 3 3-pointers. That is insane. 3 3-pointers. All 3 were relatively wide open. If you're the Hawks, you have to show more urgency as a team. Listen, I get it. It's been a brutal 4 quarters. And I get it when it's OT, your legs are sore, you're tired, you just want to go home. But for Christ's sakes, man, y'all can't just close out on somebody. Now, I'm not going to act like the Hawks had bad defense the whole game. That's definitely not true. But it's in overtime specifically, where I felt like they really just blew apart. And let's talk about Caris LeVert for a second. Even though he was cooking in the second half, more particularly in the third quarter, I want to talk about his shot selection in the fourth quarter. That shit was awful. From rainbow 3-pointers to stupid mid-ranges, I don't know what LeVert was on. And I could say the same thing of Georges Niang. 20 points, okay, had a good game. But again, just forcing shit up at the wrong time. Just not being clutch at all. Actually being quite the opposite. And Zachary Richache, man, bro, I can't wait to get on your ass, bro. 3 points, -8 in 16 minutes. This man was Tony Snell in the flesh. He made 1 and 1 at the start of the game, then proceeded to go 0 from 7 for 3, 1-11 from the field, and be an absolute negative on defense. This dude was terrible. And him being absolutely garbage in these last 2 playing games, it's a bad sight for Atlanta. If you're the Hawks, Zach is already showing signs of being a play-in dropper. Not even a playoff dropper, a play-in dropper. He's literally folding under the pressure. That's not a good thing. And then Trae Young at 29 points, 11 assists. That's the real hero of the game along with Okongwu. Hit the game-tying layup. Pretty much kept the team afloat for the whole fourth quarter. Just doing everything he can. It gives me Damon Portland vibes. Did everything he could. Had one good teammate with him. And everybody else just absolutely stunk it up. So now let's talk about the future of the Hawks. Because I have a different take from everybody else, right? The average take would be, oh, go rebuild. And even though that is true, if you go rebuild, Trae Young's gonna leave with that. I mean, with a lot of free agents in the market, I'm thinking maybe the Hawks get KD or Zion. Both are great fits for Atlanta, and they would definitely put them in that top 6 seed in the East, especially with how weak the East is. And both of them fit into the Atlanta system perfectly, right? KD, he could go get you a bucket. He'll fit with Trae. He could carry the team while Trae's on the bench. Knowing KD at this point of his career, I don't know if he's going to want to go to a contender again, because we already know how shit went in Golden State. He went with Steph, won the 2 championships, but got completely outshined by Curry. So is he trying to go to another contender and get outshadowed by another superstar? Maybe he just wants a chill environment. Maybe he just wants to help a team, get his money, and then retire on it. And I honestly think the Hawks are in a perfect situation for that. KD off those pick and pops too with Okongwu, with Clint Capella. He would fit into the system quite literally perfectly. And Zion. Trae Young is amazing at hitting people who cut. And Zion, amazing cutter, amazing slasher. And just like KD, he could carry the team while Trae's on the bench. The team would also be much better offensively, which that's obvious, I know, right? But like, way better. Zion could slash through defenses, get to the cup, and Trae Young could space out the floor. And if you think about that real quick, That gives a lot of spacing to the other role players on the Hawks. Caris LeVert, he'll have a lot of open looks. Terrence Mann, even though I know he's bad, he'll have open looks too. Zachary Ricochet, he'll have a lot of open looks. And Zion's gravity is huge. No, I'm not talking about him being on a dinner court with Dante. Just by driving to the rim, the whole defense collapses on him. And I don't think I have to say it. That would lead to a lot of wide open looks, and Atlanta would be a way better team. So what am I saying? Atlanta needs a trade for a superstar. You could rebuild, but you literally lose everything you have right now, and you'll pretty much be rebuilding for the next 5 years just to be stuck in the same place. Another superstar, a mid-team, and then you're gonna rebuild again. And it's a never-ending cycle until maybe you get a generational ass talent like Michael Jordan, or like Tatum, Luka, LeBron. I mean, look at some of these NBA teams: Sacramento Kings, Indiana Pacers. These are all teams who rebuilt decade after decade and have still been mid. So I don't think the Hawks should rebuild. Just get a superstar and go all in. Not enough teams do that, I'm telling y'all. But that's just my thoughts, man. Do you think the Hawks should rebuild? Do you think the Hawks should move on from Trae Young? Or should they go get a superstar, like KD or Zion? And until later, I'll see y'all on Mars. Peace.
ATL, you telling me you falling out of love with me. Hope you can find someone to love you better than I did. Taking our memories on love and treating it like nothing. Taking our memories on love and treating it like gossip. It's my love for my grandmother make me gentle when I care for you.